Get ready for The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's dedicated update show. Events, businesses, and people. Anything and anyone causing a ripple in the community. And now, let's dive in to The Splash Live.
Good morning. Welcome to The Splash Live. Hey, TGIF. It's Friday. It's Memorial Weekend Friday. It's sunny. It feels good to be here in West Bloomfield today. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. I'm Dave Scott in our Splash Studios. Awful good to be with you. We are kicking off 90 minutes of live television right now here on Civic Center TV. Starts out with a splash, of course, from 9:30 to 10 each and every day. We also rebroadcast it throughout the day, so you'll have an opportunity to see it later on and maybe watch it again if it's that thrilling for you. Tyler Keefe is in this morning at 10 o'clock. Tyler will have the MegaCast, as we call it, and so very local in this half hour. Then we'll expand our view a little bit of the area, take a look at Oakland County and the state of Michigan. Easy to watch all of our programs, of course, on Comcast, Channel 15 on cable in the Greater West Bloomfield area. If you're an AT&T subscriber, you can watch us on Channel 99. That's the community channel. Little menu system in there. Go in there and you can find West Bloomfield, Keego Harbor, Sylvan Lake, Orchard Lake. Or if you want to mix it up a little bit, go take a look at one of our neighboring communities, community television channels. A lot of great people working all over the state of Michigan doing just what we do here at Civic Center TV. Learn a little bit more about some of the other communities. You can also watch Civic Center TV on the web. I recommend you do it. Go to civiccentertv.com. You'll find our website. You'll find our program schedule. You'll find highlights of the programming. You'll certainly find on-demand content there of all of our programming and updates of some of the things we're working on, some of the things that we've reported on in the past. civiccentertv.com, also a great place to watch our programming live in full high definition. We're on social media, of course, each and every day. You can find us on Facebook and on YouTube with our live programming. And then we're live on the radio, simulcast 24/7, at least for now, on 89.3 Lakes FM, our own local FM radio station that covers the Greater West Bloomfield area quite well. So thank you very much for joining us. First thing we like to do is take a look at the weather, and what a great day it is to do that. Beautiful day today. We're a little cool to start it off at 57 degrees, but just put on a very light coat as you head outside because we expect 72 for a high today, 77 on Saturday, 81 on Sunday. It's going to be beautiful on Memorial Day. And I'm just taking a look at the long-range forecast here on my computer. Sun, 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 sun. And by the time we get into next week, is that right? Yes. Temperatures will be in the 80s. So I don't see a raindrop anywhere in the forecast. You might want to get out your garden hose for your lawn here in a couple of days. We have absolutely magnificent weather. Coming up in the program today, we're going to check in with the city manager of the village of the city of Orchard Lake. Gerry McCallum joins us. Big construction project going on there. They're renovating their facilities. They're getting very close to the completion. We'll get an update from Gerry in just a couple of minutes. And a huge congratulations this morning for our new director of the West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation Department, and that is Kelly Hyer, who we know well, see on the show often, one of the most active people in our community. So great to see the Parks and Recreation Commission promote from within and bring Kelly to the lead role there. She'll check in with us on a very important day for West Bloomfield Parks and Rec. I'll let her tell us that story in just a couple of minutes. So thank you very much for joining us. Some of the news going on around our community. West Bloomfield Police are warning you to be careful right now as we have had a slew of thefts and robberies from the U.S. Post Office post boxes, the big ones just like that where you drop your mail off. Due to an increase in mail thefts, West Bloomfield Police say those blue United States Postal Service boxes, they recommend you not use them for a little bit and bring your outgoing mail right into the post office to your local branch. There have been recent thefts from blue boxes in Farmington Hills, in Milford, in Waterford, in Canton, Grosse Pointe Farms, Royal Oak, St. Clair Shores, and other communities right here in Metro Detroit. Seems to be a run on these going on right now. So be careful. The postal inspector will get to the bottom of this. They are investigating, and they are replacing nationally 49,000 of these boxes. You know, I look at that box, and I mean, that style box, unless I'm mistaken, or something very similar with a fold-down latch and the dates right there on the door that say when they're going to pick up the mail and the times. I mean, that's been there my whole life. This is 60-year-old, at least, probably older technology. So, hey, time for the U.S. Postal Service to jump forward, come up with a locking mechanism that lets you put mail in, but not let people take mail out unless they're associated with the post office. 49,000 of those new post boxes are going to be installed around our area soon and around the country. So we'll look for that. But until then, at least for the short time until the postal inspector gets to the bottom of the story, West Bloomfield Police say, just take an extra moment and drop your mail inside. Then you get to meet some of your neighbors while you're waiting in a very short line at the post office. So big news from Crane's Business this week. They say that the owner of the shopping center anchored by Whole Foods has put that entire shopping center up for auction. Now, we've been talking about that shopping center for quite a while because amongst other tenants, Dunham's, Walgreens, Whole Foods, now is Schuler Books. But we understand it's going to go through a transaction. I don't really, from what I'm being told, believe it's going to affect the retailers all that much. We'll check in with some of them next week. Most of those major tenants in that mall have very long-term leases. Whole Foods runs out in 2033, Walgreens to 2059, Dunham's to 2025. So I suspect everything will be okay. It'll probably be primarily invisible to all of us, but nonetheless, want to let you know about that major business transaction and the fact that real estate is being traded and exchanged in the commercial real estate business right now with everything that's going on with our economy should really be no big surprise to any of us. So that news for you from West Bloomfield. Listen, we've got a huge event, really a bunch of events coming up. It is Memorial Weekend. It is, I can say officially here, for most of us, it really kicks off the official start of the summer travel and vacation season. We're going to take a break. We'll talk about some of the amazing things that are coming up here in West Bloomfield. We'll check in with Kelly Hyer from West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation. Gerry McCallum checks in this morning from Orchard Lake, that and more. It's all coming up right here on the Splash Live.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depressing stuff. That's what white people think.
You all right?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
Looking for a midweek meal? Keep the bag lunch at home this summer and enjoy street food in your neighborhood with Food Truck Tuesdays. Enjoy cuisine from around Michigan outside the WB Parks and Recreations Activity Center with a different vendor every Tuesday, like the Potato Bar on May 30th. All summer, every Tuesday, Food Truck Tuesday. This community update from Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
Stop by West Bloomfield Town Hall June 14th and get your health in check at the 14th Annual Greater West Bloomfield Health and Wellness Fair. Over 40 businesses, organizations, and vendors take the time to showcase healthy practices, tips, and resources for the community. Young or old, there's something for everyone and everybody. 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Wednesday, June 14th, the 14th Annual Greater West Bloomfield Health and Wellness Fair. This community update from Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. And now, back to the Splash Live.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Splash Live. Dave Scott here with you on this TGIF Friday. Memorial Weekend is here. Weather is beautiful. We couldn't be more thrilled. Look, they handed me a textbook when I started this job. They didn't need to because I grew up here, but they handed me a textbook. And the first chapter in the textbook of how to do the Splash Live show correctly is to make sure that we identify Orchard Lake correctly. It's a very complex thing. I mean, it's not the village of Orchard Lake. It's not the city of Orchard Lake. It's the city of Orchard Lake Village. I think I got that right. This guy will straighten me out if I didn't. Gerry McCallum, he is the Director of City Services from the city of Orchard Lake Village, and he joins us now here on the Splash Live. Did I get that right, Gerry? I cannot hear Gerry for some reason. Jared? So we're having some audio problem. Maybe we can work that out quickly. We're going to get that fixed right away. Gerry, can you hear me? Okay, he can hear me, but we can't hear him for some reason. Tell you what, we'll take a quick break here, see if we can sort all this out. Splash Live, we'll be right back.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
What's happening around you? Hear about state events, businesses, and from the people behind them on the MegaCast, an hour-long TV, radio, and streaming show keeping you informed on the day-to-day news. Listen in on talks with volunteer groups, documentarians, and financial advisors, Monday to Friday with your host, Tyler Kieft. Catch the MegaCast weekdays from 10 a.m. to 11 on Civic Center TV, 89.3 Lakes FM, and streaming on mymytv.com. Watch Civic Center TV with our brand new live captions. To turn on live captions, go to civiccentertv.com and click Watch Live. In your web browser, click on the Options tab in the top right and find the Accessibilities tab. Then just switch on live captions to heighten your enjoyment of our local programming. Thank you so much for watching Civic Center TV.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. 2 milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
And now, back to the Splash Live.
All right, welcome back to the Splash Live. Dave Scott, little technical problem with Gerry McCallum. We'll get back to him in a couple of minutes in Orchard Lake. I want to talk to him about the improvements and updates at Orchard Lake City Hall. But joining us now, it's Friday. It's a great day. It's the beginning of Memorial Day weekend. It's going to be sunny for like the next 25 days. Enough to be smiling about right there. But look at Kelly Hyer on our channel this morning from Parks and Rec. She's smiling even more this morning because she got a big new job last night. She is our new Director of Parks and Recreations here in West Bloomfield. Kelly, good morning. Congratulations on this very large announcement last night at the Parks and Recreation.
Good morning.
Meeting.
I can't hear Dave if you can hear me.
Okay, you can't hear me either. We're having audio problems all over the place. You cannot hear me? Okay, Kelly can't hear me either. So, it's just one of those mornings. Can you hear me now, Kelly? All right.
I can now.
All right. So I was just telling everybody how big of a smile you have on it. It's the sunshine. It's Friday. It's Memorial Weekend, and you got a new gig. I already told people about it. Congratulations. How you feeling today about this new exciting news?
Oh, I'm so excited. Thank you.
So you are the new director of the West Bloomfield Parks and Rec, and tell everybody, we see you, we know you're involved in the community, but give us just a little background about you and how you got to this point in your career to have this really important role.
Okay. Well, I am a graduate of Michigan State University in Parks, Recreation, Tourism Resources, and I am a certified Parks and Recreation professional. That is through the National Parks and Recreation Association. I started out very early in my career, have always worked summer times in Parks and Recreation. And so I spent in my hometown of in Clarkston, Michigan. I did that as a summer job for many years at Independence Township Parks and Recreation. And then fast forward, I went to Michigan State and then came back to my hometown, and I spent 14 years in that position as recreation programmer, then recreation supervisor, getting involved in the statewide association of MParks, as well as local events and anything to enhance the community.
Well,
then
and
I
I
had
could
an opportunity
go.
here.
I could tell everybody that you know, we're pretty active in the community as well, and I see you everywhere. This is not just a job for you, Kelly. I mean, you can talk about it for a minute. This is not a job; it's a passion. Correct?
That's right. So I had the opportunity to come here in 2015, and West Bloomfield's an easy community to love. And so got involved with the West Bloomfield Youth Assistance right away, the West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce, and anything to improve West Bloomfield Park. So that's where I've spent all my focus the last 8 years and have loved every single second of it. I don't think of it as a job. It is, I am excited to get up and come to work every single day, even through the tough times. The pandemic was really challenging, but here I am. We have an incredible team, solid foundation, a great support from the community. So I can't wait to take this department to the next level.
Well, and there's so much you can do, but you do start with a solid foundation. And when I was talking to people around the state, and you mentioned your involvement in MParks, which is a statewide organization that that promotes and supports parks and rec organizations around the state. And when I was talking to folks there, and then talking to folks as I do at the state park level in state government, everyone was talking about this job in West Bloomfield. This job that was listed and was up for a while, it had to be like top 5, if not higher, in the state park and park gigs here in the state of Michigan. So really nice to see your board promoting from within. You have to be happy about that as well.
I am very thrilled. And I've said it before, I'll say it again, but we're here to grow leaders. And so it is nice to be recognized, all the hard work. But I know that we've got a great team here. And so we'll get through the summer and figure out what's the next steps are.
Well, it's a lot like my job here too, and I'm excited. I have much smaller staff and a smaller universe than you do, but no, I think one of the most thrilling parts about working at Civic Center TV is seeing the young people come in, and even the veterans come in and have them, evolve in their careers and find some opportunities. So, congratulations! I notice you have your wonderful, colorful T-shirt on today, and can I only assume that has something to do with where you're going right after this interview?
That's right, sir. Today's opening day of Lily Pad Springs. So if you're watching, that is open from today all the way to Labor Day. So check it out. It's $4 for residents to come. We offer 3 different sessions throughout the day. And on Tuesdays, we even add an added bonus of Tuesday Twilight session. So come on out, check us out. That's a really fun time, and it's for all ages.
And we've got some video on the screen right now. What an amazing venue it is. This is your video, by the way. But, what an amazing venue. And the kids must love it. They just must love it.
It's so fun. And that's where we just coached up all of our staff this last weekend for today. And one thing I kept reminding the staff, this is the best summer gig because the sheer joy and excitement on those kiddos' faces when they see it is worth it.
The other big news, and I know you don't have a lot of time, I'll let you go in a minute. The other big news, we've been hearing it for the last couple of weeks and was talked about last night in the Parks and Rec meeting, was the development of another park here in West Bloomfield.
Yes.
Can you just give us a tease, and we'll talk more about it on another day when we have more time?
Oh, for sure. So we've always recognized that there's a deficiency of parkland on the east side. So we've been in conversations with Bloomfield Hills School District to take over what was formerly known as Pine Lake Elementary. So that is on the horizon. Bloomfield Hills School District has come to us with a 20-year lease agreement. And so Park Commission, if you watch the video stream from last night, we had a whole presentation to the Park Commission, and that will be up for a vote in June. So we might be acquiring a new park, or everything's looking like we will acquire a new park. And so that will come online. People are already using it as a park at August 1st, approximately. And so more to come on that, because that beautiful piece of property is just screams for a parkland. And we're going to bring those amenities back to life and add some more things, maybe take some of the open space back to meadow. And so it's going to be a nice addition to the West Bloomfield Park system.
All right, Kelly, I wish we had more time. We'll have a chance to do that in the future. One of the fun things about the way our world works now with Zoom is I get to see the inside of people's offices, and I can tell you're a busy person. Look at all the things you got there. Now you got to move into another bigger office. I'm sure that'll be fun for you. Congratulations as the new director of West Bloomfield Parks and Rec. We really appreciate our relationship as well.
Okay. Thanks for the support, and we'll see you around.
All right, Kelly Hyer, our new director, West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation. Great choice. Okay, Gerry McCallum, I think we've got all the technical stuff worked out with him. We're going to take a quick 30-second timeout, get him in the queue, and we'll get an update on what's going on with all the construction and improvements over at the City of Orchard Lake Village City Complex. That in just a moment here on The Splash Live.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live. Watch Civic Center TV with our brand new live captions. To turn on live captions, go to civiccentertv.com and click Watch Live. In your web browser, click on the Options tab in the top right and find the Accessibilities tab. Then just switch on live captions to heighten your enjoyment of our local programming. Thank you so much for watching Civic Center TV. And now, back to The Splash, live.
All right, welcome back to The Splash Live. We got a lot of buttons and dials here. Hey, this even happens at CNN. We don't always get all the audio matched up, but we do now. Gerry, what I was saying before, as I set this up last time, is that they handed me, a textbook of instructions when I started this job. And the first thing was how to say your community right. It is the City of Orchard Lake Village. Is that correct?
That is correct, David. So good morning to you. When we incorporated the city back in the late 50s, they kept the little village quaint name as part of our title. So it is the City of Orchard Lake Village. That is the correct pronunciation.
All right, well, I like it. And you are the Director of City Services in Orchard Lake. Good to have you with us. You've always been a good friend, and we're so delighted to have just a quick minute or two with you today. We'll check in again with you in the coming days, but big news going on. Anyone who's been driving up and down Orchard Lake Road past your facility has seen dirt moving, construction going on, and big things happening. I wanted to get by and get some pictures yesterday. Wasn't able to, but bring people up to date. You're getting close to completion of this project. If you could just tell people what you've been working on and how close you are to getting it all done.
Yeah, sure will, David. So this is something that's been in the pipeline for probably about 4 to 5 years now. Basically, we started construction last June after soliciting bids for a construction manager and a contractor, and we're almost to completion. So the project went very well. We did have some stumbling blocks like any project does. But yes, we are getting very close to occupancy. And actually, the Department of Public Works building, they are currently relocating from the old building to the new building so we can move forward with the demolition of the old Department of Public Works building. So that building is about 99% done. The police department, they're still doing some interior work. The exterior is pretty much complete. But they should be moving into their new space probably by the end of June. So yeah, it's been a short year but a long year, and we're very excited for the improvements to the City Hall property and for our operations.
Well, good to continue to have the investment of the people in your community to support these activities. I know you are thrilled about that. Even though you're not the biggest community in the state of Michigan, it's essential that you keep your services up to date. And I'm sure the police department has not been renovated for a long time, and I know they're doing the same thing over in West Bloomfield, and I look over there as I walked through their building right before they started tearing things apart. You know, pretty old school, and, you know, staffing has changed, technology has changed, the use of these facilities, totally different than it was 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago.
Yeah, and you're absolutely correct there, David. You know, the big thing about how this whole project got going was the issue of the police department. Obviously, policing matters have changed over the years, and when the committee looked at this about 5 years ago, we looked at a Sally Port, which is a secured area to bring detainees in for processing. We never had that before. We actually were bringing detainees in to the office area along with the staff and stuff. Just not a very safe situation or secure situation. Again, with the way that the police department operations in any department has changed, security is of the utmost important, not only for staff, but also for, obviously, for the police officers and for the detainee as well. So, yeah, it's just it's a great improvement from a safety standpoint. We're very, very blessed that our citizens approved the $4.5 million bond for this project. The Department of Public Works building actually piggybacked on this police department addition because obviously we're dealing with a very old building in the Department of Public Works. We have a lot of newer equipment that cannot fit in the old building, so it was time to move forward. And again, staff is very excited, council is very excited about this, and it's overall a great enhancement of the City Hall building. This City Hall building was built in '85, so as you indicated, obviously no updates have been done since that time. So we got to get up to speed on the changing times.
All right, well, it's going to be great. But most of this will be done by the end of July. We will get over with our cameras, and I look forward to, if you don't mind, I'd like to come on over, bring the cameras, and walk through every step of it and show people exactly where their money has gone and let them know about the new facilities. And then by the end of July, hopefully all this will be done. So if you don't mind, we'll come over and when the time is right and walk through it and share it with the community.
You're more than welcome to, David, anytime.
All right. And listen, before we go, you just happen to be sitting on one of the most spectacular pieces of property, too, in all of the Greater West Bloomfield area. That location right there overlooking Orchard Lake. It's got to be a fun experience to go to work every day, Gerry.
It is actually, you know, and I actually drive down Indian Trail every day on my drive in here, David, and every day I'm amazed by the beauty of Orchard Lake and of the city itself, Apple Island. It's just a gem for our community. And I've been here 23 years, and even after the 22nd year, I'm still finding new things and new things to appreciate. So, all
right. Well, we appreciate your enthusiasm. Thanks for joining us today. We got to run. Gerry McCallum, good to have you with us. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, David. Have a good day.
All right, you too. There's the update in the Orchard Lake update on their construction projects at their City Hall DPW Police Department. Hey, we only got 30 seconds. Don't forget, it's a huge weekend this weekend. Memorial Weekend. Memorial service at Pine Lake Cemetery. Memorial service at the Rock in Kego. Kego Harbor Parade, which kicks off at 10 o'clock live here on Civic Center TV. Sylvan Lake Parade happening a little bit later in the morning. We'll record that and have that for you in its entirety as soon as we can get the tape, whatever it is, get it back into the studio and get it on the air. Our crew will be working really hard all weekend long to capture all these events. You have a great Memorial Weekend, and we'll see you back here Tuesday on the Splash Live. Thank you very much for joining us, and have an amazing day.